And welcome to another edition of the Dabs and Show. Today's episode number 6, Dabs and Pies, where we're going to dive into a fan Thanksgiving favorite, pumpkin pie, and its pairing against 4 different cannabis concentrate varieties. I am the Prophet.
I am the Terp CPA, and we are getting ready to do the Dabs and Show.
Very, very excited about this episode, Tyler. The pumpkin pie is one of my absolute favorites. I have one of the 4 concentrates we're going to be using in the episode today, Kush Mint.
And I just decided to enjoy an entire bag of Chemdawg.
Oh,
straight to the face.
Little schnozberry from the Chemdawg.
So before it settles in, let me get into this tax talk a little bit. So a little bit of tax talk with the Terp CPA. So one thing, as an individual or a small business owner, what you want to keep in mind is your estimated payment for fourth quarter coming up in 1/15. And I bring that up now because everyone knows Black Friday is on Friday, as well as all sorts of Christmas shopping and everything else. And you don't want to come up short when 1/15 comes around next year and you got to pay that fourth quarter estimate. So make sure that you get with your CPA, get with your accountant, and find out, do you need to pay in a fourth quarter estimate? Because if you have a small business, it's a high possibility, especially if you're profitable. But if you've been doing it right, you've been paying in this entire time, and you see a dip, there's a potential that you don't need to pay. So it all just depends on your income for the year and how much you've paid in. So make sure you get with your accountant, get with your CPA, whether you're a small business owner or an individual who pays estimates on a regular basis. Make sure you talk to your accountant and find out do you need to pay and how much you need to pay. Because there's no reason to have that blindside you 1/15. Oh man, your accountant comes knocking on your door. Hey, Bill, so you made some good money this year. That's always great. But you need to pay in $7,500 right now. Oh, Bill just bought his wife a new car. He bought all his grandkids, everything, all this stuff. Bill doesn't have $7,500. Don't end up like Bill. Talk to your accountant, plan this out. And that'll be the tax talk for today.
Thank you very much, Terp CPA. I am extremely excited to get into our first bite, our first flavor. So, Tyler, I'm going to fill us up a bag. If you want to cut us up a couple slices of this, we'll start off with the Kush Mint. So the Kush Mint was one of the strains that we used in one of our earlier episodes, Dabs and Doritos, where we paired different types of Dorito flavors with one strain of cannabis concentrate variety, Kush Mint. The other 3 strains we have today are blueberry sour diesel, strawberry Chemdawg, and the 4th one, Vanilla Kush, all graciously donated by Volcano Concentrates. So as I get this bag filled, Tyler, I mean, I'm going to let you decide the size of the pie slice.
Okay, so there's going to be 4, I mean, it's going to have to be 4 apiece. Or unless we're going to not do 1 slice per, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm at this point, I was thinking like maybe a half of a slice.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cream it with a little whipped cream.
I'm about it.
And then, I may look at you and say, hey, Tyler, can you cut me another slice?
Well, yeah, at this point, I might end up cutting stuff to the plate so I'm handling this.
As I'm watching you use that knife, I'm thinking like, yeah, I've seen you cut through the plate several times now.
That tinfoil did not stand a chance. This is quite the knife.
All right, so Kush Mint going in the bag. Very excited about the Kush Mint paired against the pumpkin. I'm epically curious to the taste. How do you think it would be, Terp CPA?
I'm excited as well. I'm very excited. The thing that I'm actually thinking about cutting this pie right now is the infamous, all right, I got to take a walk. The walk before everyone goes out to get their Thanksgiving food and everything else. The walk you take with the cousins, the brother, whoever it may be.
Listen, I got an uncle that searched Petoskey stones on the beaches forever. And I never understood as a kid, okay, that's a half of a half of a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
what you have right now is perfect. Yeah, no, I was thinking like if you cut the pie in the quarters and then you cut those quarters in the halves.
Oh, so eighths.
Eighths. Yeah, exactly. I want an eighth of pie, please.
Let's talk about that metric system.
I was going to say we're going to talk about that pie. You know. Oh my gosh, too funny. All right.
Shoot. So yeah, I bring that walk up because a lot of the times what ended up happening in my family is I'm one of the few cannabis consumers in my family. So I ended up taking that walk alone a lot of the times. I was just like, all right, guys, I'll be back, or I gotta go run out to the store, I forgot something, or whatever it was. And of course, my cousins later on in life let me know that my aunt and uncle were very wise to it, and I wasn't fooling anyone. But, but at the same time, obviously, no one cared because I didn't have to hear about it.
No, it makes perfect sense. I'm sitting here and I'm about to cream this pie here.
Oh, is this my own personal whipped cream can?
Yeah.
I get to cream my own
Yeah,
pie?
so yeah, I thought Tyler would want to cream his own pie too.
Yeah, I definitely prefer to cream my own pie.
Here is a lesson in how to cream a pie during the holidays from the prophet.
Is this a visual lesson?
Amani.
People on the podcast cannot see what you're doing with that whipped cream right now.
There was a pie. Now there's a pile of cream and pie. I'm a huge fan of pie. I can't wait.
So for everyone listening to the podcast right now, what the prophet has done is he's taken the whipped cream can and replaced the pie that was on his plate with whipped cream. So there's just now a mountain of whipped cream, and there might be some crust poking out.
There's definitely some pie in there, I assure you. All right, here we go. The Terp CPA and his cream. He's a normal human.
I am normal human. But it depends, because I might go back.
Is he gonna one up me, or is he just gonna go simple?
I'm waiting for the time where it's
big moment.
Because whipped cream for me is the big thing. Is I love it because crust is so dry. I don't know. Like a lot of the times, pie crust super dry. My least favorite part, which is understandable. It's the base and everything, but it's got to have whipped cream. Otherwise, that crust to me is a little unbearable. Oh yeah, I get hit that bag, sir.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Now that you've had the bag, had the pie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. You know, I gotta say that it seems like it's a decent compliment.
Okay.
You get the sweetness of the cream and the pie, and then you get that hint of that Kush Mint gassiness, like a gassy mint.
Oh, very much so. I'm enjoying the Kush Mint still. Oh man.
I mean, it just has a nice minty gas flavor.
Oh, for sure.
That I think really complements the sweetness of the pumpkin pie mixed with the great value original dairy whipped topping. I thought to myself when we first did this, Paul, you got to be objective because it's all going to taste good. But here's a piece of another one bite challenge. Compliments of David Portnoy.
As much as I want a one bite challenge this, I'm honestly questioning, do I need another bag? Because I'm not sure if I'm tasting anything with it. Like, I'm mainly tasting pie.
Okay, we'll get you another bag.
And that's where I'm a little bit surprised because the Kush Mint's flavor is so pronounced and strong that I'm like, pumpkin, what are you doing to me? And it could be the fact that pumpkin does kind of have like a really strong flavor. It does kind of overpower. So it could be just the fact that
the sugar.
Okay.
Could be the sugar because the chips didn't have any sugar and the donuts had a lot of sugar. Actually, no, I'm wrong. The donuts had crap loads of sugar and we still tasted it when we paired it with the donuts. Sugar shouldn't be a thing right now. Remember the cake donuts?
Oh yeah.
With the sprinkles.
I think it's the pumpkin, honestly, for me. Because the one thing that's standing out that I'm really enjoying, surprisingly enough, that I didn't really notice until I kind of sat with it, was I feel like the Kush Mints are really highlighting the pumpkin in the pie. Like the pumpkin to me is coming through stronger, and I don't know if it has to do with the Kush and like the more earthy side, or the more gas, more earth.
The Kush Mint may promote a better pumpkin flavor throughout your palate.
Yeah, because I'm really wondering because like the whipped cream is fine. Whipped cream is good.
Well, in question, so I did pumpkin pie then Kush Mint. Did you do Kush Mint then pumpkin pie?
Exactly.
Yeah, try it the other way around. Maybe it's just how you eat them. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Remember
sure.
the Doritos spicy nacho chip? You know, there's a specific way to eat that in order for it to taste good.
Oh yeah, and to reiterate for those who haven't seen the episode, smoke your Kush Mints first, and then eat your spicy nacho, because that spicy nacho makes every smoke that we've had super harsh, super rough to enjoy, and it's not an enjoyable experience. All right, let's give this another try. I'll give that back to you since that was like half a bag.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, now we'll do now. I'll give the Kush Mint pie. You know, do the dab then pie check.
The Kush Mints definitely, with after or having Kush Mints after the pie, definitely I feel like lowered the intensity of the flavor of the Kush Mints in that exhale. But I agree that
it's a compliment.
This does pair really well, and I'm not off put by the fact that the pumpkin is standing out in a way that I don't experience in pumpkin pie. I typically am not really experiencing the actual like pumpkin, like the vegetable or the vegetable itself or fruit itself. I'm not sure which pumpkins are. But this is just, it's a really nice experience. I'm enjoying it a lot. So that's the moral of that story.
No. I think this is very, very good. I think this is
Yeah.
very
Good stuff.
Very tasty, very tasty. I'm just mowing through this pie right now because it's like I love pie.
That's completely understandable.
So, okay. So the profit thoughts on this initial pairing. Kush Mint pairs really, really well with pumpkin pie and a dazzlement of whipped cream. Terp CPA, what do you think?
I definitely agree with that 100%. It is a great pairing, and it's making pumpkin pie an experience I haven't had before. Just the way it's highlighting different notes of the pie that
Makes it taste amazing.
it really does. It just changes the flavor of it in a great way. And so I'm really glad Kush Mints was paired today. I definitely am a big fan of that.
Yeah, I like Kush Mints as a whole. I think the overall strain it's paired well with a lot of the different things that we've eaten it with.
Oh yeah, it's a great strain. I feel like it's from our experience so far, it's a very versatile strain when it comes to pairings.
Yeah, and
some strains are very like, okay, this will fit this bit, like this kind of flavor profile. Otherwise,
In 2022, we're going to be pairing Kush Mint with a whole bunch of other different strains against lamb chops with one of our favorite Red Wings players. Look out for that in 2022.
Be exciting times. I'm excited at least.
So, what's the next bag? You want to go with Chemdawg? Number 2, Chemdawg.
Yeah, let's go with that Chemdawg.
Get a little bit of that strawberry osamine flavor from the Chemdawg. Little history on Chemdawg. It's not history, it's more of just if you ever smoke Chemdawg and you don't get beautiful, beautiful notes of strawberry, it's not Chemdawg. Just to give you an idea of what is and what isn't.
I feel like Chemdawg, kind of like Chemdawg, like other strains, are used as a crutch or a way to prop up other strains that aren't really worth anything in comparison.
Like everything is Gorilla Glue.
Oh, I was just having that conversation the other day. I cannot remember the last time I went to a place and it had legit Gorilla Glue.
Everybody has runts. Everybody has a cookie something.
Okay, can we stop with the runs already? I mean, that's where I'm at with it.
Listen, I was at the Gene Trader show over the weekend, and that strains. You want to talk about pheno hunts and variety and terp profiles? That they were living in the year 2100. These guys had stuff that people couldn't dream of being in a dispensary. And it's like the system's designed to not let that amazingness compete in it. Because if it did, they know they'd get destroyed.
Well, I feel like part of it too is the growers that are able to create those amazing strains have been kind of locked out of the market a little bit and have been kind of put in a position where it's like you either sacrifice your IP, you sacrifice your genetics, your strain, basically everything you've worked for, or you sit on the sidelines and watch.
Yeah, literally. You sell your soul, or now, and this is the or, Penny is a proud example of this. You can do it. It's just a long road, and you got to be resilient. And it's not unique to our industry. This isn't unique to our space. This is life and business as a whole. You want to be a farmer, you want to be a real estate agent, you want to own a restaurant. You don't work less hours. You work twice the amount of hours until you become so rich you can hire other people to work those hours for you. And you're still working because you have to then manage those people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a never-ending cycle, but you do eventually win. It's just the end result is a much better result, in my opinion. You just have to have the dexterity to get to that point. And
it depends on the life
persistence.
you want, really. Like,
yeah. How? What are you willing to sacrifice?
What is the life you want to build? Like, because some people are happy with being a sole proprietor or a single business owner, and it's just them, and they don't need anybody else. They don't need to hire anybody else or anything like that. And some people really want to build to where they can step away. And that's the thing with these businesses and things is you really have to build a solid structure. What people I think fail to understand is you don't just build a business and then get to walk away. And I say that because you have to make sure that the management and basically the higher levels right below you are solid to where all you have to do is call and check in. And you have that trust built and you have that rapport built. And that takes time. That takes effort. That takes sweat equity from everyone. Like you're saying, you got to put in the hours. You got to put in all that time because a lot of people think, like we talked about last time, that success just happens overnight. That Gary Vee and these people are just all of a sudden, boom, they got all this money. And it's like, no, they work 10 years, 12 years, 15 years sometimes doing all this stuff for free for you, for these people out here who are thinking all these amazing things about these people and not seeing all the work that you have to put in.
Yeah, it's definitely not an overnight thing. I mean, I look at my own journey and what we've gone through to move, the stuff in our own business forward, and it has been a uphill battle from the beginning. Learning curve. I mean, you've been with us on certain different occasions where it's same exact thing. It's like it's a wow, it's an eye-opening experience. But to be here now, it's like I wouldn't have done it any other way.
Oh yeah.
I don't see any scenario why it would ever have been done any other way, because now, just like in any other endeavor, we're to a point where things are going to move forward and progress to actually be. You work towards a goal, like weight loss. Look at the weight loss stuff that, 70 pounds, like that's
what you eat pie.
As I eat pie. Like, listen, my diet works. I can eat pie right now, and it's okay for all the people watching. Like,
oh yeah, it's such a funny dynamic because a lot of the times people, all they see is the junk and shit we eat.
This is the first thing I've eaten in 2 days.
That's fair.
Like, literally, you want to talk about sacrifice? You want to know how I participate in Thanksgiving? The only way I can participate in Thanksgiving this year and feel okay about it is to not eat 2 days before it. That's the only thing I can think of in my mind to keep my body in the progressive path that it's on. And I fasted for a couple days, and you know what? This is the first thing I've eaten in 2 days, and I feel like $1 million. I cannot wait to eat the next piece of pie. So the next piece of pie for Chemdawg, you got a bag over there to fill Chemdawg?
I'm going to have to fill another one yet?
No problem. I'm going to get myself another piece of this here pie. Look at that. That's a big piece of pie here. I'm not gonna Samurai Sam the plate. I'm gonna oh yeah, look at that. Dude, you see this right here? Hands of a surgeon.
After saying you don't want a piece that size, you take a piece that size.
You had a cut in it. I thought, well, maybe I just want a mini. Dude, I ate the whole piece.
I know.
I thought, like, I'm trying to be like,
I tried to
A
slow
little.
myself down.
I tried so hard. I haven't eaten anything in 2 days. I tried so hard. I'm starving. I got it. I got it.
Lunch earlier. That was about it.
Hands of a surgeon. There you go. Okay. Oh yeah. Round 2.
It's got his cream of pie or cream is pie again. Oh shoot. Do I gotta load it up?
Look at that right there. The wall of cream.
I'm gonna break off the crust to keep it on the side as a palate cleanser because I forgot last time.
All right, don't eat it yet. You gotta wait until the bag is like. I'm gonna mouth this. I'm gonna mouth this thing down diet. So Chemdawg tastes like strawberry. I'm gonna take my mind off how much I want to eat this pie right now. Like I'm just sitting here.
You've unlocked it in your mind.
I have already eaten this pie and the other half that pie right now. Like I've been mentally preparing for Thanksgiving because I don't want to eat all 70 pounds of my weight back in like a couple weeks. Like you get in this great path, you get in this great habit, then you come to this time of year where the time changes, it starts getting dark, your senses start to get all hit from different angles, and then all your family gets together to eat ridiculous amounts of food. You want to know the joke? I imagine that people get together a lot during this time of year over thousands of years of human existence, no matter what. Because it's a very sad time of year. The clocks are changing. The lights are changing. It gets darker at different times. Your body's freaking out because of it. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to eat copious amounts of food to feel good about it. Overindulgence is bad too. Like it's okay to indulge. I would never say don't indulge, but as a person who has overindulged every single year, this year my hope is my stomach is a normal human size now. I won't overindulge because it hurts. Yeah. It makes me feel great at the time, but overindulgence, like overindulging on anything, overindulging on whipped cream, overindulging on pie, alcohol.
Cannabis even, honestly.
Yeah, literally cannabis even. I mean, there are people who suffer from cannabis hypermesis syndrome, and
I feel really bad for them.
I feel horribly bad for those people because I know the epic amounts of cannabis that I have consumed in my lifetime. And I don't have that. And I thank the being that allows our existence, that perpetuates us, that governs us. I thank that. Because I thank that being that I don't suffer from that.
Yeah. Because
I know what I consume. And it's like I think, I'm just imagining, in what scenario did you put your body in where that occurred? Now, I remember when I was younger, suffered from cannabis hypermesis.
Okay.
Now, I didn't say, I don't want to say I suffered from it. I had a lot of the symptoms of it, puking every single day. And when I moved from green biomass cannabis to cannabis concentrate, that made a world of difference in my stomach.
That makes sense.
So, and then this is Chemdawg, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can only speak from my own experience with that in a different way. So it hasn't been so much with my stomach, but it has with my lungs. So that's one of the greatest things I've found with enjoying cannabis concentrates over cannabis flower. Everyone has their own choice. No problem with that at all. What I enjoy about the cannabis concentrates, though, is the fact that I'm not coughing up tons of garbage like I used to be. Like I used to be coughing up brown crap, I'm assuming tar and things like that from my lungs, from smoking bongs and bowls and everything else in between. Really got away from the tobacco even. Like I was only smoking hemp blunts and stuff, so I stayed away from all tobacco, all that stuff. So I figured, okay, maybe that'll help. No, it was honestly the combustion of the cannabis that I feel like was causing that to happen. So now I feel like, or now I'm not even I feel, now that I see that I don't really cough up anything anymore, or if it is, it's residual things from a while ago or whatever. So it's just, that's my biggest benefit health-wise.
I am trying to keep us on track because these bags are amazing, and the Chemdawg goes really, really, really well as its own concentrate for dabs.
Yeah.
I don't think the strawberry necessarily goes well with the pumpkin.
That's fair.
If you want to fill yourself up a bag, I did the whole bag.
Oh yeah,
trying to get a good flavor profile. But yeah,
I was doing it I was doing it before in.
Okay, did you get a taste?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you got a taste. What are your thoughts? Because I don't think it paired well, but I don't think, and this is just a me. The hints of strawberry that I got from the Chemdawg, coupled against the pumpkin, and then with the cream, like maybe if it was like just cream, like if I was putting the cream in my mouth, maybe we'll do. Ooh, foreshadowing an episode of flavored whipped cream paired against cannabis concentrates. Stay tuned, 2022.
I completely understand what you're saying with that. Like, for me, it wasn't the pumpkin took away from the Chemdawg or the Chemdawg took away from the pumpkin. It just didn't do anything for me. Like, it didn't really add or take away. The thing that I was surprised by is it enhanced the crust. Like, I felt like the crust
gave it flavor.
It tasted better. Like, it just, like, I was enjoying the crust in this bite compared to the bites with the Kush Mints. Like, I feel like I actually enjoyed the crust this time around. So I wonder if it enhanced the flavor of the crust. And that was every single time that I had it in between. So I was like, okay. Is that the case? It might be. Yeah. So for me, it enhanced the crust. Didn't really do anything with the pumpkin. So
no. I don't think I'm a big fan of Chemdawg as a whole, but I'm gonna give it a no. That's just a me. I'm gonna give it I would not recommend.
I'm a big take it or leave it on this one. Like, I could do it and I could live without it easily. So it's not something where it's enough to, oh my gosh, I gotta have this with pumpkin pie. Chemdawg just doesn't need to be paired with pumpkin pie. Like, it's fine without it. And going back to the Kush Mints, really enhance the pumpkin. So definitely, out of the two so far, Kush Mints is standing out in comparison.
Terp CPA, you were totally right when you were cutting the pieces of pie. I'm just going to acknowledge that. I should have let you cut them into the small, because I'm mowing these. Like, it's taking everything I have to not, like, every single, like, little piece that gets in my pie, and that gets in my Paul pie zone, Paul the Prophet pie zone, the PPP zone, Pie Prophet Paul.
That's understandable. I mean, honestly, my head went back to the Dabs and Donuts episode, where by the time we were to those last few...
Dude, those cake donuts took my soul out of my body.
Oh, those
like,
cake donuts were ridiculous.
You want to know the definition of full?
I made a mistake.
Eat a bunch of donuts and then incorporate in the last three, make two of them cake donuts.
I made a mistake.
Like, bro, like it was nuts. It was
literally
absolutely
one of them was nuts.
It really was nuts.
Oh man. So yeah, I think that's where my head went with cutting these pieces. I'm like, if it's anything like that episode, by the time we're even halfway, it's gonna be slow going.
I love pie.
I'm enjoying it for sure.
All right, so the next concentrate, Tyler, you have over there is what the
Vanilla Kush.
The Vanilla Kush. Now, I have been really excited about the Vanilla Kush because I think the really awesome heavy notes of vanilla that come through this, it's kind of crazy. I want to know how they get the flavor into it. Like, what kind of crossbreeding, alchemy, plant, gene splicing thought process, like, how do you do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the coolest. That's so cool to me. That white truffle, bro. The white truffle. The like the.
That's what gives
fresh,
me so much
fresh
respect
seed coast,
for the
like
breeders and the ones that create the genetics and really figure out how to get those terpene profiles. Like, I can't even understand sometimes the flavors on some of these. Like, have you I had an Agent Orange, literally tasted like I was just taking bites right out of a fucking orange. Literally. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Dude, listen, the orange Skittles. Did you ever get to experience the orange Skittles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You and I did.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the orange Skittles.
That orange Skittles.
It's like you're drinking a glass of orange juice.
It's beautiful.
Like, again, same
Shout
thing.
out to Michigan Terp Farms.
Yeah, Terp Farms. Yeah. Yep, yeah. MI Terp Farms. Like, how do you do it? And, it all comes down to, the magic is in the method. You know what I'm saying? Personally,
Oh, for sure.
I just think that magic is just another word for method. And it all boils down to it. This idea of, he's a magician. Well, no, he's a magician, but he's just got a badass method. His SOP is on fire.
He's got it dialed in. I mean, that's the thing. Like, these guys, that's why I have so much respect for it. Like, the amount of time it takes to get to that point where you
talking about giving your soul to something? Give your soul
100%.
to a plant. Give your soul to a pheno hunt. I'm listening to these conversations, and the guys like, and they're talking, popping seeds and pheno hunting, and going down the line, and seeing what's what, and taking the best of the best of the best, and then you get to see the bud that comes from this process, and it is amazing. It is. It's not even in the same. They're not even in the same universe as us. They're in the year 2100 in universe 55, where they don't even perceive time like we do. They live time in this endless, the past, now, and future are all the same time. They don't even live in the universe that we live in.
There are people who have allegedly been pheno hunting for decades, and that's
did you see the line
so
in
crazy.
front of us? I don't remember. I'm not good with names. I don't remember it.
I know exactly who it was. If you'd like me to,
you can if you want. Just because I'd only shouted out because the line was so freaking long. That was insane. It's not a
Tiki Madman.
Yeah, it's not. Listen, I am not endorsing their product at all.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that because I don't know. All I know is the line had like 100 people in it. There was 40 booths, 50 booths, and their line had 100 people in it. They had ropes. Their line was so big. So
yeah, they definitely had some kind of hype going.
I'm not speaking to the validity of their product. I am just pointing out a logical, viewed assessment of what exactly was seen at the show.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. We don't know anything about these guys, but they definitely had something going on. Not sure what exactly it was, but that line did not seem by accident.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to give that to you though, because I have to cleanse my palate.
No, I got you.
I'll have to fill another one.
What do we got here? This is
That's
the
the Vanilla Kush.
Vanilla Kush. Okay.
If you like
We
I got some
we have a vanilla, Neapolitan, Superman, chocolate. You ever see the movie Taxi with Queen Latifah?
No, actually I have not. Heard of it.
You ain't never seen Taxi with Queen Latifah?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, that right there, that vanilla, it coats your tongue.
Can I get that bag for me? Okay. Now I'm really curious.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a good melding of flavor. That's why I included it when I was looking through all the, which flavors. And I thought, man, I really want to see how Vanilla Kush pairs with pumpkin pie and whipped cream. I know what I'm going to be adding with my pumpkin pie whipped cream on Thanksgiving Day, that's for sure. That was delightful. Oh.
Okay, so what specifically about it was the most, like did it accent anything?
Oh,
Did it
yeah, the
highlight
cream,
anything?
and then the cream with, so the vanilla accented the cream and gave the cream a much more vanilla-y taste.
Okay.
And then that vanilla cream with the pumpkin sealed the deal. Absolutely sealed the deal.
Now I'm very curious.
That was
We're gonna have to
fantastic.
Check this out.
Yeah. Yeah, but as you're blowing out, let it coat your tongue. I try to put my tongue in the way of the smoke.
That flavor. Excuse me. Okay. Even with the crust palate cleanser, it paired well.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. And the vanilla, it's like
So I'm curious.
it's like a hot vanilla ice cream, and then you cool it down with the creamy pumpkin pie. I feel like the German dude from the movie with Brad Pitt, where they scalp people in Germany.
Oh,
I can't think of the name. Inglourious Bastards. Yeah. And the German dude's telling the Jewish girl, like he's talking to her in French. He's waiting for the cream.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like, nah, the cream makes it taste really good though. Like, I don't think he's trying to murder you yet, French girl, but you should wait for the cream.
See, this is where I'm like, I'm a little concerned because I'm like, have you gotten into my head or is it just that amazing? Because, wow, you're right. That like half melted whipped cream on there with the vanilla Kush, just like I didn't think pumpkin pie could be smothered.
I don't think you can make any. I didn't think you can make pumpkin pie better. To all people out there, if you ever get your hands on a good vanilla Kush, I'd highly recommend it. I think it's the first time I'll ever endorse everything on, like, instantly. That was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, David Portnoy, when you say one bite, man, I don't know how you don't eat half that pizza just to make sure. Yeah.
He definitely takes more than one bite.
Well, his one bite's the whole pizza. He does a good bite, which is basically half the pizza, because I'm like that. I fold it in half and do a big biter. And then he takes one bite of the crust for a crust examination. Yeah, no, I see, like me, like we're doing a pie right now. You think I'm gonna do one piece of pie and then a crust with a bag? And no, my body right now is my body's telling me no.
My body's telling me yes. I don't know what you're talking about. Shoot, I'm having a hard time not going for more right now because
my body is telling me no right now. He's like, you idiot! All that work, all that tennis. Yeah, I bet you like eating that pie. You're gonna pay for it, and it's here I am. I know. I'm many.
that pairing, I'm a little floored right now. Like Vanilla Kush, hands down, is the best one so far.
And this is a Walmart pumpkin pie, by the way. I didn't go like above and beyond. Like I got a great value pie and some great value cream.
Yeah, definitely not the most quality of pies, but you know what? If it can enhance a Walmart pie, shoot, imagine what it can do for an actual good pie.
Yeah. If anybody out there wants to recommend us to do a review on somebody's pies for the Dabs and Pies episode number 2 in season 2020, in season 2, year 2022, shout it out and we'll be happy. I'm a big fan of pie. So, definite yay on the vanilla for sure. For sure, 100%. Awesome.
There's absolutely no question.
No, listen.
I'm a little beside myself because I'm just like a little astounded at how good it was together.
Dude, it was like
it was next level.
It is definitely in the top rankings. Like the next time we review a pie, Vanilla Kush is going to be in the list of strains that because I want to know what else it goes good with. Like,
well, honestly, in my head,
is it a super strain? Like, can it go?
This is so far like not even just pies. This to me so far out of all the pairings we've done is hands down one of the best.
In terms of one item enhancing another item.
Oh, 100%.
You know, like if you had a meal, right, and you wanted to end, if you did a fine dining cannabis event, for example, something like that, and you wanted to end it with a dessert, I would highly recommend, just based on this pairing, because they paired so well, a Vanilla Kush variety, whether it's cannabis joints, whether it's dabs, concentrates, you know, anything like that, paired for an after meal with a piece of pumpkin pie and some whipped cream. All day long, that would be a beautiful taste pairing.
Yeah, I'm just still a little blown away.
If that's what you're saying, I'm agreeing with it because and that's what I'm thinking in my mind right now. Like if I was to ever do something like that, that's what it would be.
Oh yeah,
that is just
if I wanted to blow people's minds, I'd just be like, all right, everyone at the table, take the cannabis that's in front of you, whether it be dab, joint, cart, whatever, aside from edibles, because that doesn't make sense in this context. Please inhale. Enjoy your cannabis. And then we will serve dessert. And as soon as they're done with the cannabis consumption, and that's not even.
I do the cannabis consumption during the like what we're doing right now. Like I'm a big fan of
during. Okay.
Well, because like when you inhale,
that's fair. Okay.
it's just like when a sommelier works with a wine tasting group or a whiskey expert or a scotch expert or a bourbon expert walks you through a tasting and a pairing. They teach you how to properly ingest what you're going to do so you can experience the flavor correctly, the slosh, the hold in your mouth, the letting the air in, the mixing it in the glass, the mix air in. Well, it's the same concept with how we consume with the bags. You know, the bags, it's very, very calculated. It's going to be the same every single time. So you get the whole taste profile every single time. Yeah. And I take it and I let it coat my tongue as best as humanly possible. That's why most of the time I hit before I taste.
Okay.
Because I want my tongue completely saturated in the natural cannabinoid terpene, polyphenol plant wax profile flavor.
Yeah.
That's going to come out of that extract. I want it planted, and then I want to overlay that with the flavor of what I want to pair flavor. Yeah. And that's the key of how we want to analyze exactly how these things taste.
Okay. I guess my head initially went to enhance the experience, but I can also see what you're saying. Like, as you're consuming the food that is supposed to be enhanced by the cannabis, I can see your tongue and your taste buds being coated by the food, and then therefore wiping out the terpenes, cannabinoids, and everything that you got from the cannabis.
See, I see it mixing.
So then that was wiping it out in the way of after so many bites, it lowers the experience. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So after so many bites, your palate will eventually be clear of it. So if you're ingesting cannabis or consuming cannabis while you're eating it, I can see where it's just going to constantly be paired together. So further enhancing the experience even further. So I can see that.
So 100% we are in agreement then that Vanilla Kush, it's in the boards. It's number one so far. As I get this next dab ready, so Vanilla Kush is number one so far. My number two is Kush Mint, and my number three is Chemdawg, and it would be number four if there was a fourth. So interesting to see how blueberry sour diesel goes with the pumpkin. A blueberry pumpkin.
I mean, it could.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it'll be a similar situation for me, like with the Chemdawg, where the Chemdawg, the osamine really, I feel like added to the crust. So I wonder if the blueberry will add to the crust, even though it doesn't pair well with the pumpkin or something like that. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. I think we're definitely on the same page with the ranking of everything. Definitely going to be Vanilla Kush first, then followed by the Kush Mints, 100%. But the Chemdawg for me is definitely staying in third until we try this blueberry sour diesel, because I don't know, it didn't add anything, but it also didn't take anything away. It's not something I would say deem as essential for my pumpkin pie experience. So it's definitely the third ranking right now, but I could see the blueberry kind of beating it out or even falling behind. So I'm very curious to see how it turns out.
This pie is very, very tasty. I'm just gonna take a bite, not the whole bite, just the front. Just the bag's still, just a little. A little fix, I'm gonna get my fix while we're waiting, not like too crazy,
Oh yeah, I got you. I'm laughing at myself. I had a high moment. I was shaking this can while you were talking to put it on the pie, and then I set it back down and did not put anything on the pie.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I moved too fast. I got too excited. I pulled the line. I'm dying. Whew. Alrighty then. We are filled, shall we?
The time is now. How is it going to taste?
sour diesel. Take one.
He inhales the smoke and passes the bag. Exhale. Bite. ASMR. I couldn't even help myself. Well, I could, but I chose not to.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I don't,
Okay.
give me, let's do another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get another smidge.
Okay. I'm enjoying the flavor of it. Curious to see.
Now, the after flavor of the pie with the initial flavor of the blueberry ain't that bad, but
Okay.
it may just be the case of how you do it again.
Yeah, I don't know if I got it.
And hand me the other
started
back.
off
Switch me.
Oh, shoot.
No betcha. There you go.
Maybe the right one?
Another one.
We gotta do this again.
It's for you, DJ Khaled. Another one.
Oh man, it is clearly.
Is DJ Khaled still DJ Khaled, or did he lose a bunch of weight too?
Oh my gosh, so he's still DJ Khaled, and he has got so many crazy things going on. Not that I want to endorse his stuff or anything, but I just think it's so ridiculous. He's opening up, I want to say it was like a food delivery or food chain of some kind, but the biggest highlight of it was they're going to be doing food delivery by jet ski. Oh, and this one. Okay, DJ Khaled, this is actually a question for you because I need you to be honest with me. Is Pandora really creating your playlists? Because I find that really hard to believe. Pandora? Your playlists? For your parties? And your family and friends think it's you? Okay. I thought that was an interesting commercial, so had to throw that out there. But this whole jet ski delivery thing, I don't. How do you make that work? You know what I'm saying? Like with all the water and everything like that. Like how do you keep the food dry? How do you keep it secure? Like especially with like choppy waters or something like that. Oh, like you're going over and over. Like that food is going to be upside down by the time you get it to the customer.
I do completely agree with you. For the money that you'd spend on a fleet of jet skis, why not just spend? I got two ways of doing this. I think are genius.
Okay.
A helicopter, or
Okay.
so there are drones that can lift a fire hose off the ground.
All right.
They can lift a fire hose. It can lift anything.
Okay.
They got like a 2-mile fly radius.
How would you do the helicopter one? Because that's the one I'm most curious about. Like I can see the drones for sure. The helicopter though, like, would it be like a single spot where everyone picks up their food from the helicopter? Or how would that work?
I mean, I would just think like you take a bunch of orders and load up the helicopter and send it out.
Okay. Just airdrop stuff.
Literally, bro.
You gotta be standing out.
Not even.
Right, stand
like,
outside, bro.
No, I come back to drone delivery, man. You just have drones do it. You know, like
Yeah, I thought the drone one was definitely the most feasible.
Put big money into the drones and drone it. Yeah, it's meh. I'm meh. I'm not like I hate it.
Are you talking about the pie right now, or are you talking about drones?
No, I'm talking about the pie.
Oh, okay.
No, drones I think are cool as hell. That'll be another episode, Dabs and Drones, where we're talking about all the really cool stuff that there is about drones. I like drones, if it's not everly apparent.
Yeah. Like, okay, so this, again, to me, is very similar to the Chemdawg. It's not adding anything, but it's not taking anything away. But the reason to me it's going to fall into fourth is that aftertaste. Like, there's some kind of weird aftertaste that occurs.
Oh, yeah.
There's some kind of weird aftertaste that occurs that I'm not enjoying it all. So it's definitely gonna be number 4 for me. The blueberry sour diesel is coming down to number 4. It's fine. Like, it's not killing it for me. Like, we've definitely had worse pairings, like the donuts with the sprinkles and stuff like that. Like, there definitely have been worse pairings, but this is not one for the ages.
Yeah, no. Man, I didn't hate it, but because I hated Chemdawg with it more,
Okay.
I'm going to make it third.
Okay.
So, final rankings. So, we move on to the special bonus edition tasting of this episode from a user on TikTok. I'm going to shout this user out. I'm actually pointing at his name right now. Look at his name. This is the person who shouted us out on TikTok. They were gracious enough to give us another chip to review. So we're going to review that chip now against Kush Mints like we did in the Dabs and Doritos episode.
Do we want to go over the quick run through of how we rank the pie real quick?
Yeah. Thank you. High, really high moment. That was bad. I thought we did that. We didn't do that. So number 1 in my pie rankings, hands down. And one of the best rankings we've ever done on this show ever. Vanilla Kush paired with pumpkin pie whipped cream. Hands down, like that's a legend in its own right. And coming in number 2, we had the Kush Mint. I thought, the Kush Mint, it wasn't meh, but, I thought the mint had a really nice, that minty gas finish with the pumpkin and the cream. I thought it complemented it decently enough. And I thought it complimented it better than the blueberry. I thought the blueberry was meh.
Okay.
And I really, coming in at number 3, the blueberry sour diesel, it's great as a whole by itself, but with pumpkin pie, I wasn't feeling it. But I'm not a big fan of blueberry. Like, I like it as a concentrate, but I don't like it as like an actual blueberry. So, coming in at number 4, strawberry Chemdawg, just because, again, I didn't think strawberry went well with the pumpkin.
Yeah.
So, number 1, the winner for me, hands down, Vanilla Kush, for sure.
Yeah, the vanilla. And to add on that, I had this very similar ranking. Vanilla Kush coming at number 1. That Vanilla Kush, unbelievable the way it made everything taste better. Really enhanced the whipped cream, which then enhanced the pumpkin pie. Just everything stacked together. Beautiful. That Kush Mints to me enhanced the pumpkin flavor, has made pumpkin pie taste in a way that I've never experienced before, and I really enjoyed that. So that's where it definitely ranks high for me on that one. Number 3 is going to be definitely going to be Chemdawg. Chemdawg, though it didn't add anything, it didn't take anything away, and it made the crust a little bit different. So it wasn't something where I'd write home about it, I'd take it and tell everyone, hey, you got to try this. But it definitely, in comparison to the blueberry sour diesel for me, was definitely number 3. So blueberry sour diesel comes in at number 4. Reason because it didn't add anything, and then this funky after flavor that kind of came in where it's just like sitting on your tongue, it's not pleasant. So that's where it came in at number 4. I really enjoyed them all. I'm really glad we did pumpkin pie. I think this was a great call, and I'm really excited to try these sweet chili and sour cream chips.
That pie got me full, like that cake donut. The prophet's hurting. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's good. That's real good.
That's not what I expected them to smell like at all. It's very like earthy and I don't know, not sweet.
Right off rip.
But I'm very curious.
That's giving Better Made a run for their money.
Okay. And I'm pleasantly surprised that you're enjoying it, because I know you like the spicy sweet chili from Doritos. So sweet chili is definitely felt like a hit or miss, but I'm glad it's coming out and treating you well.
See how it goes with Kush Mint.
Okay.
Dude, that's amazing. Tastes like Captain Crunch.
All right.
Like a dude. Bro, it's nuts. You ever had or not even Captain, like Fruity Pebbles. You ever had Fruity Pebbles? You ever had Fruity Pebbles?
Oh yeah, I definitely have. I've definitely had Fruity Pebbles. I'm just taken aback by what you said. Like sweet chili and sour cream mixed with some Kush Mints turns out that Captain Crunch or Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, man. It almost makes it taste sweeter. And these chips are fire. TikTok user, thank you very much. Where'd you get these, man? I have to shout them out either. It's not like I'm trying to plug these people. I just want to know so I can go buy some.
Oh, I got them at Costco. My bad.
The Costco.
Found these over at Costco. The Red Rock Deli. Sweet chili and sour cream.
It's really, really good.
I really didn't know what to expect, but damn. Like...
I'm very, very fond of this chip. I may get a Costco membership now just because of it. See if they got this at my local Walmart or Meijer.
Like, I'm both impressed with the chip and the pairing. Because to me, this is like a...
It does got a little after
and,
kick.
Like almost like a chives or a sour cream and onion chip, like with some kick. And I like it.
It does have a little finish to it.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, like I don't hate myself. Because I don't like spicy stuff. I really don't.
That's why I was curious. See what your opinion was on
I
spice.
feel it.
Okay.
But it's not so bad that I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it.
Well,
I am enjoying it.
This is definitely a great pairing. And these are some really good chips. I really want to thank you.
Yeah, TikTok user, thank you very much. Like, I'm a chip fanatic. Not getting to eat all the time. When I do get to eat, I cherish those moments. So it's like okay, so that's kind of like interesting. Is like
I'm about to live in that bag.
Dude, like, so not changing how I eat now. When I eat, I don't know if my like senses are more heightened, but I feel like I taste the food more now. Like,
I wonder if you just have a greater
better.
appreciation.
Oh,
Like, because before, like, potentially, from a psychological standpoint, like, before food to you was just like, oh, it's a routine, it's part of it, it's not cherished, it's not a gift in some way, where I feel like now you've kind of framed it to where you, as long as you hold out with this time period or whatever, you get to enjoy what you want to enjoy, and at the same time reap the benefits you want to reap. And so I feel like part of it is you enjoy that gift, that benefit of that, and it enhances your experience because of the psychological benefit.
Listen, that's an agreeable statement, man. Like, I just think to myself, food tastes so much better now. These chips are amazing. That's a good pairing. We're gonna do one more Kush Mint bag with the chips just to confirm my thoughts. But
yeah,
that'll be the. That's up there. That's up there with the. So what was the I'm trying to remember what the top one was. So the taco flavor was in the top from the episode for sure. I just can't remember what
pickle.
My number one was.
It was the pickle with the Kush Mints, I thought. Like it was the surprise. Well, at least that was my number one. I don't remember if we both had the same number one on that one. But the one thing I'm noticing as I'm eating more of these is, I believe
your mouth is getting hotter.
Well, that too. But the chip, like the base, like the sour cream and onion, the chive, like the earthy, I guess, elements, or like the different flavors with that in particular are enhanced by the Kush Mints. Like I feel like as I ate more of them, the flavor died down. Like I was still enjoying the chip, but I feel like the flavor was more pronounced, more in my face, and honestly the spice was a little bit less. And it could be the building, so that's where I can't knock the spice right off the bat. So it could be the building, the spice, but yeah, I just think it's interesting, and I'm curious to see if my hypothesis is right. Gotta test it. Gotta get that bag. So yeah. Wow, this has been a really great episode with
that spice is not
chips.
killing me, and I hate spicy stuff.
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm so pleasantly surprised. Because, like, the fact that you're not getting knocked down by the spice or anything like that, I'm like, okay, cool. So this is a good one.
And we're going to try a bunch of different chips against Kush Mint and see, which chips pair up good with Kush Mint. And, once we get a couple good chips to pair up with Kush Mint, we'll do another strain and all the same chips over again. You know what I'm saying? We'll see which chips pair up with which.
I agree. I'm just
How would you ever know, if you wanted to do a cool guided lunch and you wanted to have the best chips with the best strain, like you could have we could do dabs and sandwiches, the best types of sandwiches to pair up to the best types of strains. Like what best pairs with a ham sandwich? Should we eat one ham sandwich against 6 different types of strains?
Dabs and picnics.
Dabs and picnics.
Everything you're describing right now are like picnics.
We're going to create the perfect curated picnic. In season 2, we are going to go over different foods that will create the perfect curated picnic. So at the end of the season, you will have everything you will possibly need to eat and smoke at your picnic to know exactly what to eat and what tastes good with what you're about to eat.
Oh yeah, like
the dabbing picnic.
Who doesn't enjoy the times when you have just like a ham and cheese sandwich or salami and cheese or peanut butter and jelly or whatever it is on some white wheat, whatever, and like a paper plate with some chips on the side, like that's some nostalgia right there. And I feel like a lot of people would enjoy that. And I think creating a menu or creating a pairing like that, I think a lot of people would enjoy that. How are those chips treating you?
Magnifico. I get this like Fruity Pebbles taste.
Okay.
It's like a tasty, spicy Fruity Pebbles.
Okay. I can see that. Kind of like at least for me, like the aftertaste of Fruity Pebbles a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was I right? Did it enhance the chip? Yeah. Oh, for sure. It oh, mother scratcher. I feel like I caught a spice right in the back of my throat.
It does have a little. it does touch you, like this, like it. That is like, if there was a border with a fence, this chip is touching the fence right now. Their fingers have just crossed the fence. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
I feel like all the flavors in that.
Not over the line, but man, it's like. It wants to be. It's like me, it's like right there.
It's definitely not overwhelming. I think
it's cutting a hole in the fence. It's not through yet. Well,
that's what makes it enjoyable.
Exactly.
You can eat a bunch
to
of
me, because that's what makes it enjoyable. That's why I like the Doritos sweet chili. Mm-hmm. I think Doritos sweet chili. I think these. Ooh, we're gonna have to do a comparison one day in another Dabs and Chips episode where we'll do this with sweet chili against Kush Mint to see which one's better. I don't know. I think this is better only because it tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
That's fair.
But we haven't done sweet chili against Kush Mint yet. And that's my favorite chip. That's not my favorite chip. It's in my top 5 favorite chips. This is actually contending for it now, fighting with sweet chili in the top 5 of the Prophet's favorite chips.
I'm just very curious to see what it will do.
I love chips.
Like, I remember being excited. What was it? Cool Ranch. That's a story in itself, really.
Cool Ranch in the top. Cool Ranch has been several meals for me.
Cool Ranch
in my lifetime. I got a whole bag of gigantic family-sized Cool Ranch chips. Like that was the meal. Like that happened a lot. Healthy Paul, the Prophet, does not do things like that. The me now that isn't one meal a day. The me now eats lots of chicken. And Dabs and Mental Health, we're going to go over the greatest ever meal plan dish I've ever made for myself. I figured out how to do this. It was the proudest moment of my life. Because now I know how to feed myself consistently, good, whole, hearty food, and I'm proud of it.
It's a good meal, too.
Dude, okay, right?
Yeah.
As we were getting ready to start filming, and I said, hey, I gotta before we do this, I gotta finish my meal prep for the week, and it's this one dish, and it's real simple. Did it taste good?
Oh yeah, it was very good.
I'm so proud of me. Like I posted a meme on Facebook, was like me talking to me about food I just cooked for myself. Bruh, this is fire. Something like that. And me talking to me in my own head, like, this is the greatest food ever. Good job, son. Like,
Nice.
I'm so proud because I am like it's some shit my mom or my dad would cook for me, and it's like I finally gained that sense. I go to the Walmart, I walk in the door, I buy the stuff. Like, bro,
so you go grocery shopping.
Oh man, yeah, like, dude, that was not a normal thing for me. This is such a new concept for me because adulting was not. My mom babied the fuck out of me. My dad babied the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've just learned in the last, I would say, couple years. I'm about to be 30. The last couple years, how to really adult good. It used to just be ordering out shitloads of unhealthy food, eating out shitloads of unhealthy food, bringing that home as leftovers, living off the leftovers. Junk. And it's like, that's not real. That's not good. That's not healthy.
It's easy, though. That's
very easy. It's very easy. And now I do this one meal a day, and that's the majority of my weeks. And on the weekends, I might go out. I try to eat healthy when I go out, one meal a day. Or, I might indulge a little bit, but that's on the weekend. Monday through Friday, it's like nothing before 5 p.m., like 100%. Yeah. Period. I drink crap loads of water, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to balance it out. That water is definitely going to be a big factor too, to kind of keep things moving, keep your body not holding on to that fat or whatever you're eating. It just keeps it moving. So it's just like the water is definitely going to be a key to your success for sure. But glad to hear it.
Yeah, these chips are amazing. So enough about me. The Prophet. Tyler, do you have anything else to say about these amazing sweet chili chips before we wrap our amazing day up?
I definitely recommend the sweet chili chips with the Kush Mints.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Anybody who
tastes
can
like
get
Fruity
their hands
Pebbles.
on some Kush Mints, get yourself some of these sweet chili and sour cream chips. Where I found them was at Costco. You might be able to find them at other places. I was a little bit surprised when I found them at Costco after looking up online. I thought we were going to have to search a little bit more, but thankfully we didn't. So with that, I really enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed the pies. To go over the list one more time on the pies, we got Vanilla Kush at number 1. We got Kush Mints, number 2. Chemdawg, for me, number 3. And Blueberry Sour Diesel, number 4. And Red Rock Deli's sweet chili and sour cream chips standing out all on their own as a great pairing for some Kush Mints. What about you, Prophet? As you enjoy yourself some more pie. Yeah.
There's not even any pie on this plate.
Ah, okay. So it was an actual whipped cream mountain this time.
So, after mowing these for 5 minutes, my mouth was on fire.
That's fair.
Fire! And it broke the threshold. Whatever was putting its fingers through the fence made it. Enough push. You know what? I got greedy. Because it tastes good, but the cream...
You pushed it. You didn't abide by your rule of moderation. Just like anything else. Dabs, alcohol, sweet chili, and sour cream chips. It's all about moderation.
Moderation, folks. Moderation. So, sweet chili, chips, tasty, tasty pie. Terp CPA. I am the Prophet.
I am the Terp CPA, and this has been a great conversation on The Dabs and Show.